Welcome back, everybody, to the New Orleans Saints franchise here in Season 4. We make our way into the second half of the schedule this week as we take on the Minnesota Vikings. We're up against Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and the number 7 passing offense in the NFL. And this is coming after a disappointing loss against the Bengals last week, where our secondary had maybe their worst game of the season. This is a similar challenge in terms of the receivers we're going to face. And the other thing I wanted to talk about this week, we all know how the last 2 seasons have gone with 5-12 records. And we've especially struggled in the second half of those years. Going back to just weeks 10 through 18 the last 2 seasons, we are a combined 1-15. Well, welcome into week 10 here in season 4. Can we reverse this trend of the last couple years and actually put together a complete season and compete for a playoff spot? Today's game could go a long way toward determining that. We'll face quarterback Chad Watkins. I passed on drafting him in our first offseason, so we could instead take Tommy Tomlinson. The Vikings then took Watkins at the top of round 2, and since then he's helped them become a playoff team again and move on from Kirk Cousins, and the Vikings enter at 5-3. We waited a couple years to take our quarterback, Blake Westbrook. He's starting to turn that corner. I'm excited to see these two battle it out here in Week 10. Underway in the Superdome yet again, and here is Jacoby Pearman on the return. Pearman finds a lane, accelerates, and is taken down at the 47. That looked like it was going to be 6 points. But good field position for Blake Westbrook and the offense as they start with a run to the wide side and a 4-yard gain for Jadarius Roby. He's put together 3 really good weeks in a row. Now Westbrook's first throw is hauled in. It's Chris Olave, who was held without a reception last week. They make sure to get him one here today. Up to the Viking 35, and it's floated underneath. Olave again gets away from the first defender, and that is a Saint first down. Already 2 catches on the day. Saints driving, they get it to Garrett Wilson now, and it's Andrew Madden unblocked. 3-yard TFL. On second down, off the mark for Garrett Wilson, and it was good coverage from Byron Murphy. Saints need the 11 here, and Westbrook is intercepted. It's Mekhi Blackman. And the Vikings, after giving up the long kick return, end up not allowing any points. There was some interior pressure here, but that's excellent coverage by Mekhi Blackman. And the 9th interception for Blake Westbrook this year. Viking football, and the pressure's on Watkins, and he's sacked by James Houston for a loss of 7. They didn't block him, so it's 2nd and long, and the first catch for Justin Jefferson, a gain of 4. Watkins spreads the field, 3rd and 13. Panicking, sacked again! Redmond was there first. Juan Beard along with him. And that'll bring out the punt team for Minnesota. Jacoby Pearman at his own 48. Upfield to Viking territory, and a solid return as the Saints hope to protect the ball better. It's Roby, and he is stuffed for a gain of 1. 2 tight ends for New Orleans. They go play action. Westbrook downfield. That is caught inside the 10. And it's Chris Olave. A quiet week against the Bengals. Today looks to be anything but. And the Saints are inside the 10. Toss left. Roby. Can't get to the outside. Nice job by Xavier Howard. They split out Kevin Blackwell now, the big tight end. Westbrook, he fires across the middle, and unable to make the catch is Wilson. So we go to 3rd down. That's Gilliam, the motion man. Westbrook on the move. Good coverage for the Vikings, and the pass is incomplete. Not much to do there, and the Vikings Giving up only a field goal try on these two possessions, you got to be pretty happy for them. And the Saints take a 3-0 lead. Here is Chad Watkins, 17 touchdowns on the year, and he throws a quick one to TJ Hawkinson. It goes for a first. 3 receivers on first down, and nearly a play made there for Johnny Fenderson, but it's again TJ Hawkinson. All right, form from Minnesota, and a run. This is Brian Robinson, the former Commander running back. He picks up 10. Minnesota working quick on this drive, and Watkins floats and wide open. Caught by Jordan Addison. You worry about all the ways this team can beat you downfield, and the secondary trying to show they're better than they were a week ago. Not much here for Robinson. That's Zaven Collins, who I would say has been a pretty good signing for us this season. Third down, time to pass, and it's Hawkinson. We did not pressure Joe Burrow last week, and if you're going to give a quarterback these kinds of pockets with these receivers, good luck. Reversing courses, Watkins. He fights through a tackle and turns a short gain into a 7-yard scramble. And it's third down. They go with 3 tight ends up the gut. Robinson to the 10 and a Viking first down. Only 8 yards out. Watkins on the quick pass. Can't get Hawkinson. Feeding him targets early on. Minnesota going empty. Pass to the outside is too low for Brian Robinson. And that will bring on the Viking field goal team. They've come close, but no touchdown drives yet to this point. Saints football, and cutting right through a lane. Roby in the open field. Caught from behind after an 18-yard run. Sure seems their run game's right back on track. First down, caught by Olave in Viking territory. Yeah, they're making sure last week does not happen again. First down, toss to Roby. Oh, what a hit by Daniil Hunter. Those toss plays haven't worked too well. On second down, it's dropped off to Roby, who gets away from Brian Asamoah. And it's a 4-yard gain. So they need the Viking 35. And Westbrook completes to Wilson. Getting both him and Olave targets here early on. They spread the Viking defense, and Westbrook completes for a short gain to Kevin Blackwell, and it sets up third down. Have to get to the Viking 23. Westbrook short, and Wilson picks up the first. And these crossing patterns are so tough to cover in man coverage. There's so much traffic for that corner to often get through, and Wilson gets the easy look. Now on first down, Roby inside the 15 and a strong finish to get to the 8. Goal to go, New Orleans, with Westbrook floating, end zone, touchdown, Kevin Blackwell. Finally, we've gotten into the end zone today. And I think Kevin Blackwell is looking ready for baseball season, oddly enough. And if you'd like to see some baseball content, well, I have excellent news for you. Over on my second channel, MrHurriicane LP, I have started my new St. Louis Cardinals franchise. We are currently a few episodes in. That's a few hours of content if you're looking for more to watch. But it's 10-3 here in the Superdome as the Vikings will take over. Been a smooth flowing first half, and the quick throw is incomplete. Jefferson couldn't handle it. 4:16 to play in the first half. It's swung out to Robinson, and there's Julian Love with a good tackle. He's been awesome this season. It's third down, Minnesota. Pressure on Watkins. Looking to run, and has to go down around the 30. And that is a quick 3-and-out. Jacoby Pearman awaiting, and the Saints will have a few minutes to add on. Pearman under it at his own 24. And now he looks to cut across the field, all the way beyond the numbers, and then upfield as he makes it to the 42. So here are the Saints who have moved the football pretty well today. 2:50 to go in the second quarter. It's a fake from Westbrook. He floats out of the pocket and finds Chris Olave again. He's the number one target in that play-action game. Busy first half for him. Now we've hit the 2-minute warning, and Westbrook throws a dart to the outside. Good catch for Pearman. Sets up a short third down. They'll bring Gilliam in and feed him. The fullback surges ahead for a 5-yard gain. The Saints taking their time now, 29 yards to go. Westbrook now to his left. He floats too far for Jacoby Pearman. That should have been a touchdown. Would have been a nice play. Minnesota sends 5, still with time. Caught by Pearman, and he got away somehow. That is a really spectacular play for Jacoby Pearman. Not fazed by getting overthrown for a touchdown. Now it's Kendre Miller. Good cut. Change in direction really smoothly. A gain of 9. Saints go no huddle. They're down to 31 seconds. It's Miller, and he's in! Touchdown, New Orleans. Nice finish to this drive. And the New Orleans Saints go up 17-3 on the Minnesota Vikings. Looking like a very different team this week. And we're just about to hit halftime as Robinson carries one more time, just his 5th of the day. And that is a wrap on the first half. Controlled by the New Orleans Saints. They've had better time of possession. They've taken all their drives into Viking territory. And now it's a 2-touchdown game. Over in Washington, we have the Commanders currently locked at 14 with the Colts. The Commanders have been really strong this year, actually, with Sam Darnold. So that's an interesting development. While in Baltimore, this could be the shock of the week. The Ravens have been a dominant team, and they're currently losing 21-0 to Cleveland. Well, let's get our second half underway. It was nice to dominate there for a couple quarters, but can you keep it up here in the second half? Viking ball. No surprise they go Jefferson's way, down by a couple scores. Chad Watkins under center. Off play action, he looks long, and it's batted away by Tommy Tomlinson. Trailing Jordan Addison there. He just reaches out with that long arm. What a season Tommy's put together. 3rd and 7. They bring the extra man, and Watkins rolls right into it. He is sacked by Paulson Adebo. Holding his ribs there at the end. That couldn't have felt too good. Short drive for Minnesota. And the Saints take over. Roby cuts left, eyeing the open field. Out across the 50. First down, New Orleans. They're playing very complete ball right now. No area is lacking. Now they'll chase him the opposite way. A first down for Jadarius Roby. You know, I was really worried about this run game a few weeks into the year. Totally different world now. 3rd and 7. Westbrook climbs and is taken down. Man, he had Kevin Blackwell separating there. But they're going to have to call on the field goal team again. Blake Grupe, right hash, looking at a 51-yard attempt. And the kick is right down the middle and may have bounced off the camera. And that is going to make it 20-3. A 17-point advantage for our Saints after giving up 30-plus to the Bengals a week ago. Chad Watkins has to be feeling the pressure now as he gets the easy one out to T.J. Hawkinson. Tyler Lockett is in now as the third receiver, and they throw his way. Did not get the first down. They don't need much here. It's a run, and wrapped up is Robinson. Zaven Collins on the run blitz. That was just far too predictable. And that is another Viking 3-and-out. And the Saints take over. This is Jadarius Roby territory here, up 3 possessions. First, though, it is through the hands of Garrett Wilson. Need to get to their own 27. Vikings send the blitz, and Westbrook off the mark for Olave. And he had a lot of running room ahead of him. A break for Minnesota. 2 minutes to go in the third as Watkins dishes out. It's Hawkinson, his favorite guy to throw to, and he's only completed for 97 yards so far. Here's Robinson. Runs ahead, taken down by Jabril Peppers. You'll notice on some of these plays, we're running more dime with Peppers in as a third safety, which is giving us some extra speed and some different looks. Really good stop there against the run. Third down, Jefferson makes the catch. And the drive isn't over, but the third quarter already is. What a fast game we've had. Watkins, a short completion to Lockett. Looking at 3rd and 10. They spread the field. Saints send 4. Caught by Jefferson. Alex Sharp says, why are you leaving me on him when you've got a Debo and Tommy Tomlinson here? Rookie's got to learn somehow. Robinson now. Finally getting something going. Rumbling his way to the 14. Offset eye. And Robinson up the gut to the 5 and stopped. It is goal to go, Minnesota. And they love going empty. Good hard count for Watkins. Free play, and it's dumped off to Jefferson. And that will probably not factor in much. They go to the 2-yard line. Hands off, Robinson. He is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. And this is a 2-possession game now in the 4th. 20-10. Can the Saints keep a hold of this lead? To start the drive, it's Roby, and there isn't much room for him. Stuffed by Kenneth Murray. Vikings bring pressure, and Westbrook completes. That's Blackwell. It's 3rd and short. Vikings want to get off the field here quickly. It is Roby, and he gets the first down up to the 39. Close to a 100-yard game again this week. Now Westbrook off the fake. He finds Olave again. All the way across the field. And the Saints take it to the Viking 36. That's a $120 this week for Chris Olave. More Roby. Not much there. First hit by Danielle Hunter. 3rd and 8. Off the fake, pressure's off the edge, and down goes Westbrook. Mekhi Blackmon now with the interception and a sack. Saints get nothing, and the Vikings now have 6 minutes to close a 10-point gap. They run inside, and Brian Robinson is met by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. 3rd and 2. Robinson again into the blitz. And Juan Beard is there as well. He just overpowered Christian Darrisaw. And on top of that, Julian Love was also in the backfield. It sets up 4th down. Vikes need it. And the pass is off the mark. He overthrew Jordan Addison. And the Saints take over on downs. What a sloppy game it's been from the Viking offense and quarterback Chad Watkins. Roby just ran for over 10. And now we're inside the 15. 3rd down. Up top for Wilson. And defended by Murphy. Worth a shot, I'd say. Field goals on for New Orleans. 30-yard try and a 23-10 lead. And only a couple minutes remain in this one. Minnesota just hasn't been able to get their offense going. They came in 7th against the pass, and that should have been picked. Tomlinson, man, he doesn't catch the ball well. That needs to be an interception. 3rd and 10. Now Addison separates and gets the first down. But we go from last week, the Bengals basically doing whatever they wanted to do in the air. And granted, that was with an elite quarterback in Joe Burrow, but they just haven't had a downfield presence today. Watkins has time. He tries to lay it into Jefferson. He does not seem composed. I mean, that is not a throw you should be missing by that far. Watkins panicking. Just throw to Hawkinson when you're in trouble. But it's not enough, and the Saints take over on downs. This game is just about over. Kendre Miller is the running back. What a cut. He makes some pretty nice moves. I like his change of direction. On 3rd and 7, there it is again, and that is your bowl game. The Saints can run this clock out as they put together just their second victory in Week 10 or beyond the last now 3 years. And they get their 5th victory of the year, which will match their wins from year 2 and year 3 in this franchise. Nice win. That's a very good performance for our Saints, especially coming off a really disappointing loss last week. Now, I think, obviously, Chad Watkins played a really bad game today. He just checked down continuously, didn't let certain plays develop, didn't have the accuracy you need clearly. But I think the play calling for Minnesota also held them back, notably on some of those runs with Brian Robinson that we easily just countered with a run blitz. Minnesota's play calling really held them back today. That was a bad game, and I think if we meet them again down the road, they'd almost have to play better by default. And these were the exact same sliders that we had against the Bengals. I think there still might be something a little bit off, but I'm not messing with a bunch of things right now. I'm enjoying the season. Nice to get our 5th victory. But now we need to get 6 because I'm tired of what the last 2 years brought our way over the second half of the season. There's still some things to work on. I'd like our 4-man pass rush to be a little more impactful, but when they got through today, Watkins definitely felt it. But how about next week? We're going to take on the current top team in the NFC. The Atlanta Falcons have won their last 7 games. They're loaded on offense, and they're going to have Bijan in this matchup. They're going to have Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and a confident Desmond Ridder who's played really well this season. I mean, they're 8-1 on the year. I think Bijan Robinson probably worries me the most. I believe in our secondary to make plays and battle with their really good pass catchers, but stopping the run against an elite back, I'm not sure I like our chances of containing Robinson. Now, we're taking a look at safeties this week. We were recommended to go and check out free safety Clyde Bonds. Now, Bonds is a run support safety, not that great in coverage, and not that great, with long speed. I don't think he's a good fit in the 2nd or 3rd round. That's a limited skill set that, to me, is better fit on day 3 of the draft. But safety is something I'm still going to be looking at, and I think if I'm willing to take one early in the first couple rounds, there are going to be some really good choices this year. We have a variety of prospects who have varying athleticism, some on the really high end, with really good cover skill and a chance to start pretty early. Now, we have Johnny Fenderson, we have Julian Love right now, but I do like having, a 3rd safety to be creative with, and considering Julian Love is almost 30 and didn't lock him up to a long-term contract or anything, I'm going to see what we can do this year. Dante Drummond is one that I really like so far with that A awareness. That's a really good starting point. A to C zone, B to D man. Need more info there. And then you got Christopher McKee. Really athletic hybrid safety. And I think we'll also be trying to get more info on him to see if he's a fit. Now, I have been playing Jabril Peppers a little bit more. What I do there is have him as the 2nd slot corner, meaning when we go to our dime, he will be that 4th cornerback, essentially. And that's a role that I am looking to possibly draft here. Someone who has great athleticism, isn't afraid to hit, and also offers some coverage upside. If you want to check all those boxes, you typically got to take that guy pretty early. The guys who go And rounds 3 through 7 usually have a hole in their game somewhere. This seems to be a really good draft if you want to go and get that skill set that I've been eyeing. Now, as we look ahead to our matchup against the Atlanta Falcons, we've gone through training, and Trevor Penning is not going to play. Daniel Falele will make his second start of the year, this time at left tackle. And I think for us to keep up with Atlanta, we better be prepared to put up 30-plus points. I'm expecting something a lot closer to that Bengal game, although Ritter isn't elite, not close. He's had some excellent games against us, and he's also had games that resemble what we saw today from Chad Watkins. So it really depends on which version ends up showing up. But I'm hoping we can stack the box as much as possible, probably do some run blitzing, but try to just feel the game out and make sure we're not giving up big plays. We did that today. Hopefully we can do it again. We do upgrade Blake Westbrook this week and mostly get that throw on the run boost, which I do think is going to be really nice for how much play action I like to run and how much of that play action is on bootlegs. Westbrook's played pretty well, but still is leaving some plays on the field. Hopefully a few less now with this latest upgrade. But we are officially in the playoff pursuit now, everybody. Weeks 10 through 18. Can we make it back to the playoffs this year? We're not going to know for a while, but we've got to put up a much better fight than we did the last 2 seasons. Let's see if this year is truly different for our Saints. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.